Welcome to C2C Podcast. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for being here. Welcome to the home of entrepreneurship, entertainment, modern dating, current events, and many other things. Thank you for being here. Welcome Amina back to the show. Amina moved. She was able to complete that successfully. So let's go ahead and give her a round of applause. A successful move. She was able to complete it. So she's back with us this week. What a better time to have Amina here, because today we're going to be following up on the topic that we touched on a few weeks back. We talked about not modern dating essentially, but more what is an alpha male? What are the traits? What are the qualities? And why is there this societal issue with women are out now complaining that they cannot find suitable mates or suitable candidates to be mates even. So there's been a lot of videos now. I guess the pendulum is swinging back the other way now because, we've talked about it many times. Feminism convinced women that, they have to consistently battle with their man, and they always have to get the last word, and they always have to belittle their man and be more masculine than him, essentially, in a nutshell. And now women are realizing that approach, it worked because you run all the good guys off. So now these women are going out on social media, they're going out on TikTok, and they're complaining. The main complaint is, I can't find a guy that I'm attracted to that also shares my ideals. Mm-hmm. That's an interesting dilemma, and I get it. Like, I totally get it. If you might have this idea of, I want a guy that, see, and I'm going to challenge it as well, because I don't really think that women really want the guys that they think that they want, because what's happening is they're getting those guys, right? And they're going on dates with these guys. They don't like these guys. These guys tend to be boring. These guys tend to not really have much going on. The guys, a lot of them just really soft is a good word. They're just flat. Like, you've seen this. I mean, you've talked to me about this, and we're going to talk to Amina about this because she's experienced it. She's been out there. She's tried dating and things like that. And what she has expressed to me is that, I'm not going to use the term that she came up with, but let's just call them soy boys for lack of a better term. A lot of these guys, first of all, let me pose a question. When you hear the term alpha male, what does that mean to you in a nutshell?
Okay. I remember way back, we did this video, when we first started the channel. And my perception hasn't changed on that. I believe an alpha, I think an alpha is someone that exudes confidence. Okay. He doesn't have to worry about finances. Okay. Which then, doubles down on his confidence. And then they say that they're tall. I think being tall makes you confident too. There's just a lot of confidence and assuredness and awareness, I think, that an alpha has. Awareness goes a long way. That's a huge umbrella. Awareness of his health, awareness of your health. He wants his girl healthy too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And that's a priority. Being healthy, absolutely. Eating well, taking care of your body, getting enough sleep, not drinking to excess and being intoxicated or inebriated the majority of the time. Like, just because you went to work and came home doesn't mean that you get to get drunk every night. Some people think that that's a reward because I worked all day.
Sure. And he plops, he comes home, he plops on the couch. Yeah. His belly's already bursting out, right?
Yeah.
But then he goes and grabs his beers and sits in the same spot on the couch.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It's not just men, women too. There are women that think, I've worked all day. It's time for me to pop that wine and drink and cook.
And usually those couples, the guy's in one room and she's in another. Like, so normally what would happen, like in a, and I don't think it's necessarily, I don't think it's, one of the things that's being, I think, kind of lost in the weeds a little bit or confused is that, ladies, when did it become a fact or a belief in your mind that If a man is a strong apex male, or let's say he leans conservative, he has strong ideals about things that he believes in. Mm-hmm. Why does that automatically equate to you being barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen? Because
what you're saying?
Because a lot of these women, one of the clips we used in the last video, and I hear this from a lot of women. They believe that a man like that, a strong man like that, the one that that's going to stand up and say, "Hey, I got you. This is my woman. You have no worries now because you're with me." They think that automatically equates to them losing all of their freedoms. Yeah. They're not going to be able to go anywhere. They're not going to be able to do anything. They're not going to be able to do.
You know what? That's a story.
Yeah.
That's another story that's being told that programs people into believing a certain narrative. And then they say, oh, if he's right leaning or conservative, he's going to be this kind of way. And he's not going to, he'll have a problem with abortion. That subject keeps coming up. And it's a story. They're stories. They're just things that are told that people believe and they're programmed to believe. And it's not always true, because when you get out here and you decide to go date and you meet people that are right leaning, you find out he's a pretty good guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's the thing that you heard the young lady say, and a lot of girls say that they're attracted to those strong guys. See, here's what I believe, ladies. I don't believe that you guys believe any of the stuff that society is saying. I don't actually believe that, because when you sit down with a woman one-on-one, most of the time they describe a man that I'm talking about as a man that they would like to be with, right? That's what they want. But they think that they're supposed to that the guy has to share these specific ideas. Because a lot of these ladies, listen, a lot of you guys are very liberal. Like, you're way over there on the left, right? So most of the guys not going to follow you over there. Like, I mean, you'd be towards the middle. But some of y'all are just way over there. Like, go ahead and tell an alpha male he's got to use pronouns. He ain't doing that. He's not going to do that. Like, that stuff like that he's not even going to consider it. Like, like, seriously. Now, a lot of women may not like that, because what I think happens is that cake and eat it too is something popular we always say, right? It's a catchy thing we always say. But it sounds to me like the woman wants the guy to look like that guy, but she wants him to share all of these ideals, all these crazy leftist ideals. That guy does not exist.
It doesn't exist on that side of the red tape.
No.
Right? Yeah.
Now, let me give you the counter argument. And this is one thing that I want to pose question. Do you think that being a wealthy man automatically makes you an alpha male?
Well, I used to.
Okay.
I used to, until I met some wealthy guys that I know aren't, that I know, and they pound the pavement with liberal, stupid ideologies that I know. I mean, that an alpha male wouldn't have any time even justifying or talking about or arguing with me on those subjects. That's how I know that you're not alpha, because you're actually arguing with me about pronouns and transgenders and subjects that are being pushed by the left that most people, that are alphas or busy aren't tied up in those topics, maybe.
And let me tell you, and guys, listen,
maybe, am I right?
So, yes. So you've heard me say this many times. I have no political affiliation. I am independent, registered independent. However, I have talked to women that just because I don't believe all of that BS that they're talking about over there, that automatically makes me not conservative. That makes me like alt-right. Like that makes me like this guy is you're one of those Trumper people. I was called a Trumper by somebody. Just because I don't believe in a lot of the stuff that the mainstream media pushes and tells you that stuff. The stupid stuff. Like that men can have babies and stuff like that. That kind of stuff that everybody knows doesn't exist. But they keep telling you this stuff. And then if you don't go along with that narrative, right, they think that you're one of those people that don't want to accept this stuff. You're a person that actually thinks for yourself. That's what you're trying to tell me, right? I'm actually capable of forming my own thought and doing deductive reasoning and looking at something and saying, nah, this doesn't make any sense. That automatically makes me conservative, right-leaning, Trumper, this, that. But that train is slowing down, because what I'm starting to see is more and more ladies are coming out. They're being more outspoken. They're realizing that they've been lied to. You've been lied to.
Yeah, and I think also they're realizing that those guys that we're talking about that share those ideals aren't always, I think I used the word soft before. So those guys aren't as strong
Mm-hmm.
as as a leader in that kind of way, as a head of household, that a woman will eventually want.
Yeah.
Right? Even if she's a part of this group or that group, whatever group you're involved in your college days, or over here or over there. But at the end of the day, when the dust settles and everybody's done being a part of their groups, the kind of man you want is a strong man that's going to take care of you and make a decision and can take care of you not only financially but spiritually and physically and connectedly. Like, you guys you're vibing, and he's the strong head, and you don't have any problem following him because you trust him. That, eventually, when the dust settles, that's what you want. I think. I mean,
yeah.
I think that's what I think.
I think you're right. Now, let me segue into something else. So, having money or being wealthy, right, does not mean that you're the alpha male. Let me explain. Jeff Bezos is not an alpha male. He's the richest man in the world, I believe, right? Jeff Bezos is as beta as they come. Just look at him. Go right now and pull up a video of Jeff Bezos and look at his face. He's beta. Mark Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg is a lot of money.
He's another one. He's loaded, right? Look at that dude. Look at him. Every time they show that dude, I'm like, look at he looks scared to death all the time.
I always wonder if he's well.
Like, he always looks like.
Is he well?
Like,
seriously.
He reminds me of was it Beaker? It was Beaker, right? From the Muppets, that was always had his eye. That's what that dude looks like to me. I guarantee you his wife runs the show inside the house. I guarantee it. I would put any amount of money on it right now. He's married to an Asian lady, I believe. She's running the show.
I didn't even
guaranteed. He ain't got nothing to say. Nothing. He's okay.
So physique matters. He's going to take care of his body.
Yeah.
And money doesn't matter, because now, question then: are there poor alphas? Like,
no.
Or not poor?
No.
Let's say, he's really trying hard.
Because we all start somewhere, right?
Yes.
So we all start somewhere. So nobody gets wealthy overnight unless you're a trust fund baby, right? Like, everybody's got to work themselves.
And trust fund babies aren't always alphas either.
Yeah, but you can actually have the ideals of an alpha man, and you can, like, one of the main things that I harp on fitness a lot, because what I see happening, and these are just people I know, the guys who are in the gym, the guys who are working out, those guys tend to be not just more healthy in general, because they're proper BMI and all these things, but when you're working out, at least when I'm working out, I get all kinds of ideas in my head. Like, I go to the gym in the morning. I go to LA Fitness over here, and I go about 6:30 in the morning. Guess what I see in there? Power couples. I see guys in shape. His woman is in shape, and they're in there working out at 6 o'clock in the morning.
I always wanted to be a part of a power couple.
It's impressive to watch.
Let's work out together.
It's cool. Like, it's very cool to see it. Like, I see them, and they both look great. They're physically fit. They're my age, a little bit, maybe a little bit younger, but they're in shape. They're tight. Hey, ladies, there's a myth going around that just because you start to get older, you get into your 30s, and a lot of these podcasts and stuff will tell you, the ladies, she gets to 35 and it's over for her. That ain't true. That's a story.
That's another story.
Because there's some ladies not in my building and in the gym that are in their mid 30s, 40s. They look phenomenal. Go ahead and tell her. She doesn't know what y'all are talking about. Mm-hmm. She has no idea. Like, if you told her, you're 37. Oh, it's all over for you. She'd be like, huh? Mm-hmm. What are you talking about? She has no idea what you're talking about. It's the reality that you have is what you believe. So if you believe you're 35, 36, 37, it's all over for me. Now I just have an excuse to get fat and lay around because it's over anyway.
Now I can sit on the couch and eat whatever I want.
Those are the people that want to do that anyway. See, understand that. They're dying to do that. They're just waiting for the excuse for society to give them the excuse.
Oh, it'll come out like the dad bod article.
Yeah. Yeah. Some dude with a dad bod forwarded that article to everybody. Like, he was like, see, I told you these guys working out are stupid. See? Whereas, like, I know a lot of guys right now that they think they are.
You're almost 50, son. Why are you wasting your time in the gym?
Yeah, I heard that. I heard that recently. You're almost 50. What are you trying to do? Be Superman? Yes. Like, wouldn't that be cool? 50-year-old Superman? That would be cool. But because you believe that you're pushing 50, see, you believe that you don't want to work out. Like, this guy doesn't work out. The guy who said this. And guys, I keep harping on this. You can't. It's impossible to be an alpha male if you are not in shape. I will never stop saying that, because your physical appearance and your presence when you step into a room, right? You command the presence of the room. If you step in that room and you're some sloppy dude, man, that's just flapping around, you don't have the same respect level, right? And it's not about being vain. It's about being healthy, in shape, confident, not cockiness.
No, confidence.
Confidence.
I said confidence earlier.
And the confidence tends to be silent a lot of times. Like, a lot of these alpha guys don't say much. No,
you know what working out does too? It gives you better posture. So you have that just erectness about you, especially as a man, if he's tall already, right? Mm-hmm. And he's working out. And I just... What is it from Cobra Kai? John Silva? What was his name?
No, Terry Silver.
Terry Silver.
She likes Terry Silver.
I do. That tall, that height with the all black and just trim and working out. That's women like that.
Now Terry was alpha though. Terry had it together. Terry had it together.
And he had a ton of money too.
Yeah, he had it all. He had it all going on, man. So that you guys, I just hope that you understand. Like, there's so many like a lot of guys. You ask a guy on the street, hey man, what is it? What do you think? What does it mean to be an alpha male? He thinks this means that he's big and strong and can beat you up in a fight. Like that. Like he that makes him the alpha. That in the wild, like two bulls fighting, yeah, that means that he was stronger than him. That's not what it means as human beings. There's a lot of things that you need to be. You could be the biggest, strongest guy in the world and be broke and stupid, right? You could be the biggest, strongest guy, but you could have no plan in life. A lot of beta males usually go with the flow. They don't create their own plan. They usually just go with the flow, right? That's why a lot of women do say they want those guys, because their woman kind of wants to run the show. So she wants a guy that's going to, okay, baby, whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
But that gets old real quick. Yeah, and then she ends up cheating on him with the alpha male anyway.
And so he's at home just waiting for her to come home.
Yeah. I've seen this. I've seen this happen. So there's many facets and many levels and many layers. But to get back to the core arguments is, are there any liberal, or should I say very liberal, alphas? That's a question that we need to ask, because it has nothing to do with political affiliation. So get that out of your mind. It doesn't mean who you would vote for, the two idiots that they've always put in front of us. We're not talking about that. No. That's a show. If you want to watch the show, go ahead. But
that's why that question, when you start to date somebody, I think is important. That, are you involved in politics, and which way do you lean? Try to keep it light.
Yeah.
Because that defines what beliefs that you align with.
Yes.
And what you believe is utterly important. If you have two different beliefs, my reality is going to be very different than yours. Other than we both believe the same thing, we can merge our realities, and when two come together, we are more powerful.
No.
I mean, so if you're leaning left, it's your ideals, it's what you believe in, it's how you feel about things, right? Yeah. And that's everything.
It should be, and that should be discussed very early in the relationship, like very, very early. What ends up happening is that folks will wait until they get married to have that discussion. And then they'll find out what they're married to, the person that they're on lockdown with during COVID is a person they can't stand.
Yeah.
Like that's what happens, right? They'll sit there like, I didn't know that was the real you. Because now you're trapped. See, a lot of people, they're in marriages of convenience. So they're just coming and going and it is what it is. But now when you actually have to be there with the person, you start realizing, I don't really like this person.
Mm-hmm.
This person's weird. So that's why I think when you talk about equally yoked, right?
It's very important.
You guys have to be. That's why I say those couples you see in the gym, I guarantee you that they're on the same page with their life plan. I bet you she knows everything he's got going on. He knows everything she's got going on. They assist and help each other.
The other one isn't holding the other one back.
Yes.
And, you know, which leads to my other question. Would a alpha rescue a damsel in distress, or will he try to find someone? Okay, we read the books, 50 Shades of Grey. She was a virgin or whatever, but she was somebody that he didn't have to fix. He could just train to become the woman that he wanted her to be next to him. And he's a billionaire and all of this stuff. So that's my question. He's not looking to inherit problems in any way.
Why would he? He has access to excess when it comes to women. So why would he pick a woman who's coming in with baggage, a woman who's coming in with mental health issues, a woman who's coming in with 3 kids by 3 baby daddies? He not doing that. You know who's doing that? A desperate dude. A desperate guy's doing that. The whole take me as I am, alpha male ain't doing that. He's not doing it. Because he's going to have a set of criteria that you must conform to.
Let me interject though, because as someone that was very beta and has evolved into becoming the alpha that he is because of the life experiences that you've had.
Yeah.
And being 46, happy birthday.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Turned 46 2 days ago. Yes, 3 days ago, actually.
You're going to meet women that are a little bit older. Your sweet spot is about 35.
Yeah.
So you might have to take her a little bit as she is.
Yeah. Okay. So that's okay. Let me reframe it. There is a such thing as, just because you are a single mother doesn't mean that you're a complete basket case, right? And you just say, oh shit, she.
Thank you.
And I know in the manosphere, I get it. I know that single mothers are public enemy number 1. I get that, right?
Not all crazy.
However, there are women that, may have had a circumstance or a scenario where, they had a bad marriage. They had a situation like that where, because think about it, we're allowed to make mistakes, right? See, I think that's where we become overly judgmental, because we're allowed to make mistakes. So it isn't just that, he would never deal. Not necessarily. If that woman is buttoned up, has her stuff together, has her kids in order, her kids respect her, and her kids will respect that man and his word. And if he takes them into his home, he now has steed over them. Sure. But what ends up happening most of the time is the woman wants to bring her kids. You can't say anything to them. She's going to do this and that. You ain't my daddy, right? When the stuff hits the fan, and that's where the problems come in. That's why men tend not to deal with single mothers. That's the reason. They don't like being put in that situation where somebody else's kids have become your problem.
She said, don't talk to my kids like that.
There you go. You're going to hear that. You're going to hear that. And so it's just a path of more resistance that most of the time he's not going to do that. He would rather go with a woman who's prim and proper, no kids, no baggage, no relationship baggage, because a lot of those women, they have tons of relationship baggage. These girls are all messed up in the head. I mean, don't take my word. Go pull up TikTok right now. Go look. It's most of the content is women who are damaged. That's most of TikTok. Most of it. They're all sitting there talking about, I'm like, man, y'all women are never happy. Like, y'all, my gosh, every single day is just complaining. The common denominator is you. That's the thing. Those ladies that you see are out there doing that all the time, complaining. The common denominator is you. They don't want to hear that, though. They don't want to hear that. The moment you say that, oh my God, you're the worst guy in the world, and da 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 da.
It's always you. It's
At the end of the day,
it's always me.
If we believe that we create our own realities, we must accept that.
Yes.
Because if we keep attracting the same type of person, that's our fault.
It's our fault.
Right?
If you keep having the same experience with someone, just a different shell, different color, a different state, I don't know why this keeps happening to me. Because it's you. There's something about you. You must change. You keep attracting the same experience. It'll never stop. It'll never stop.
It makes perfect sense, guys, if you really sit down to think about it, and if you really believe that we do create our own realities. If we believe that core piece right there, but you have to believe that piece. Yes. Because there's a lot of people that think that's nonsense. That's hocus pocus. Because there's a lot of people that think that our realities are predetermined already, so it doesn't matter what you do.
It doesn't matter what you do.
I've talked to somebody like that who they believe that everything is preordained. So it doesn't matter what I do or what you do. God has a plan for you mapped out already. So you're going to end up there regardless.
No, because there's free will, and you're allowed to turn to page 35 for this adventure or page 57 for that adventure. You can choose. And when you choose, every time you create a new timeline, and then maybe that moment is planned out if you keep going that way, but you can always change it and change it and change it. I don't think so.
I don't think so either. I think I'm a firm believer that we create our own reality. I'm a firm believer in that. And that reality is actually every moment, right? It's every moment of the day. Like you're constantly creating it throughout the day with the way you interact with people.
How you react to someone.
Yep. How you react to someone. That's
our reactions are so important.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. We tend to come off like somebody does something to us that's like I had an interaction today that could have been very negative. I was at the store and I was waiting in the line. They opened up a aisle next to it, right? And the lady says, "Sir," she says, "Sir," and she does like this, and I looked at her and I was like, "Huh?" She's like, now somebody might have, because I could have taken it as, what are you pointing your finger at me for, right? But she says, "No, I'm telling you to come around here. I can take you next." So because I didn't react, I got to check out next. Yeah. What if I would have been like, "What you pointing at my finger? What are you pointing your finger for?"
What's going on?
You see what I'm saying? Some people jump to react.
Yeah. Or when you try to tell someone that you are in trouble in the relationship department because of you, and they'll say, "How is it my fault? Yeah. How did I do this? I didn't do anything wrong. I'm just trying to, I'm being a good person. I did this, that." People, they don't understand it.
Yeah.
And then they do the victim talk. I'm just doing it to myself then.
Yeah.
I'm manufacturing all of these problems.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you are. I hate to break it to you.
Guy, I can't keep a guy because of me. I didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's unfortunate, but it takes a little bit. And then the alpha, he's able to choose.
He's got it all figured out. That's why he's mastered all of this stuff. He's already mastered it. Like, because first and foremost, he knows what he is and what he wants, and he's gonna.
And that's creating.
Yeah, and he's gonna elevate anyone who's in his orbit. He's gonna elevate because he's always elevating. So if you're a chick that's trying to come down here, you're gonna get left behind. He don't have time for that. He doesn't have time. So people might be, "Oh, so he's into this, he's into that." He's into what he's into. Yes, he's into excellence. He's into striving for excellence. These guys are usually very driven. They don't have time for nonsense. They just don't. Like, if you want to deal with guys like that, there's plenty of them out there. That's why you guys are on social media complaining, because those are the dudes that are available to date. And nobody wants to date those guys. We're bumping up against time. Thanks for being here. We'll talk next time.